We look at these two setups, you can see that we can't see your left arm here on the right hand one yet, because your shoulder's now going too far to the left. This is your old sort of setup. This one here now with that left arm visible means your right shoulder's back and a bit more underneath. Your position now is such that your shoulders are a little bit more towards target, in line with where we want to go.
A little bit left, isn't
it?
That's
not too fair. That's fine. Yeah, that's not too bad. Yeah, I mean the fact your left arm is visible there, that's enough tilt and shoulders around there.
Okay.
And again, with alignment with
finest, can't you?
Exactly, it's mummy. Exactly. Yeah. Now the thing is, I mean, when we aim to target, we haven't got to get our shoulder. We got a little bit of window. I mean, you were before there.
Yeah.
Yes, there would be kind of perfect, sort of dead on line. But if you're 1 or 2 degrees left or right, I mean, you might a little fade. It's not the end of the world.
Okay.
But being 10, 15 degrees, what I'm trying to say, don't get too kind of watch yourself on camera. And go right. I got it makes not that much difference. But when you were as far right left as you were, it's going to cause some problems. Now, in terms of the backswing, that's when your shoulders now are kind of square there, and the club's gone back right your foot, so it just shows how much your club's got to move before your shoulders got square. And there's your backswing here now, so big old kind of over the top, lot of leg action, club face now in a really kind of awkward position. So when you unwind now, that club as it comes through the sort of hitting edge, kind of going through your neck area, really steep, hands way out in front, okay. Whereas you compare this one, that feels like in your mind a half nothing swing,
yeah.
There's your backswing. Now, arguably, it could go a little bit further, but it doesn't look that short when you look at that, does it? If you actually look at that as a... Exactly, yeah. But you look at that as a position, don't look too bad, to be fair. I mean, you see guys on TV playing golf there, okay? Your arm could be a little bit higher, maybe. We could have the hand maybe up here and the club would be there. But overall, it's a decent spot. So when the club now starts coming back down into impact, it's coming through your right shoulder. So those hands are in the same kind of position there, hitting the golf ball. One, your hands are kind of in front of your chest, and one, they're kind of over here somewhere. Or hitting the golf ball from out there, you haven't got much control, have you?
No.
So you've got all your energy now kind of going this way, with the face going that way, which imparts a weak kind of floaty one that way. This one with what you felt was no effort at all, or less effort certainly, as that club comes back in the golf ball, from a nice kind of in path here, okay? Mm-hmm. Hips and shoulders are basically matched up together, whereas this one here now, we're coming the golf ball, club face out to the line. There's just after impact. Look how much more open your shoulders are there. Okay, everything's twisting through, feet off the ground, and your hips. Now, if we look at, hang on, can I do it? There you go. If we look at just that, tour standard. If we can have that shoulder position, but as we saw with your flexibility, and most people, to be fair, if your hips are aiming that far left, your shoulders ain't going to be square to target. Your shoulders are going to be aiming that far left. So your path now is that far left. If the face, as you naturally come through with it open, it's gone. Yeah. All you can do is just hit a slice, and every now and then you might roll the arms over excessively, have your grip being so strong on one day it can close the club face up or whatever it may be, and you hit a golf ball kind of just straight left. And it's usually sod's law when you've aimed further left and there's out of bounds left, like 17 on the Mac or whatever it may be, or 4th on the button in the pond, okay? So getting that body to be more efficient in terms of what you're producing gives you more energy that way. So hitting the ball with less speed and less effort and hitting as far, if not further. Ball now we can see sort of starting towards target line. Yeah, it's a slightly shorter follow through, but at least you're letting your arms and hands kind of square that club face up there, as you can see. Nice release over your shoulder kind of there, compared to this one here, you're trying to yank it through. The elbow sort of sticking out, trying to please go left kind of thing, just trying to help it somewhere into kind of this area, because you know you're going to get a left to right spin. Don't know why, but you do know why you're getting the faces obviously, but you don't know why the face is open, how you control that. So you know the ball's going to spin left to right. Well, and the phrase you said, let's try and get one straight, basically means let's just try and get one on the white line somewhere. Okay, let's just try and swing it further left.
Okay.
And then just goes lower left, and it might cut back. But then there's, say, some holes on the course where there's trees or out of bounds there. You're not going to want to swing that far left, yeah? So summary down-wise, okay, set-up-wise in terms of the grip, don't worry about the grip. The grip is fine, okay? It is on the stronger side. If I would say in a month, 6 weeks' time with a bit of practice on this kind of, the club up in front of you there, you start finding hooking the ball way left, then give me a shout. We can say, okay, we can try and neutralise something off in that grip. Okay. We only start going back to being weak then too much, and then you start slicing again, and you go left, right, left, right, left, right, okay? Just finding that kind of middle ground, but you might find just if you play grip with a slightly stronger grip, and hey, Dustin Johnson can do it, and then 150 million in a year's golf, then hey, crack on.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Exactly, wouldn't mind that, would you, okay? So getting a slightly stronger grip for you at the moment is helping you. It's not textbook.
Okay.
But then why change if it's not hindering your shot? Then don't change it.
Okay.
If we weaken off your grip, you just go further right at the moment. Okay. So until you start getting a shot that matches up to what your grip tendencies are, don't change it. That grip is more of a characteristic than a fault.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
If you came to me and you were hooking the golf ball with that grip, we definitely change it. If you came to me slicing the ball with a grip that's really weak, we change it. But if you're slicing the ball with a strong grip, the worst thing you can do is change that grip because you just get more of a slice. Okay? So keep the grip where you are. Get those shoulders tilted. Just sort of learn what that feeling is to try and get yourself a bit more underneath with the shoulders tilted behind the ball there. Get that slightly different angle. And then from there, get the sensation when you turn back now, what feels a slightly shorter swing, which isn't that short anyway. You can go back a little bit further if you want to. You've got to play about with that to kind of feel how far back you can go. So you record your swing and just see it.
So
okay.
I'll have a good feel about it then.
Yeah. And then the feeling as you come back to golf, as you get to about here now, there's a finish line from your left shoulder to the golf ball. I want that club head to win the race back to that. Let that club flip past it, yeah?
Okay.
And if you do it too much, you'll hook it left. So until you start hooking the ball left, you're not doing it too much. Like if you nobble it off the back end of the club, it's like it goes left because we miss it, then obviously fair enough. That's not the way you've done it properly, okay? But we want to get that sensation, as I said. There's a sort of line from your left chest here where your hands on the club are. Your back here, the feeling is that club's going to win the race, yeah? Let that hand's unhinge, yeah? If we go, whoop, turn your shoulders and your hips, the hands get there, the club's still left back here, big slice.
Okay.
Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, some things to work on then, yeah? So
yes.
I would literally practice that slow-mo one as well, where you put the club on the ground there, just set up to anything and just swing back, and can you bring the club back to square? The first time you did that with the club on the ground, you're about 5-10 degrees open. When you're up here, you came back, 90 degrees open. So learning what that club feels like in your hands and how you control that club face is going to help. And last but not least, last if not probably most importantly, grip it looser. You are like killing that club, aren't you? I mean, again, which I think everyone does. I mean, in 20 plus years of teaching, I've never told anybody grip it tighter. But I've told probably 90% of my golfers to grip it somewhere looser.
I've always thought you just have a really hard grip, but obviously not.
No. Well, you saw and that's God doesn't matter. I'm looking. I'd love to try and I keep mentioning. I want to build a golf club. I'll get someone to build a golf club for me. I've got an engineer who has a pressure sensitive gauge on the grip. So if you squeeze too tight, it goes off. Makes a buzzing sound or whatever it may be. And have the grip, and then actually so good. Actually, this is how I'm gripping the golf club, and that's how tight I grip it. Now you're gripping it secure. I'm not saying you've got to flop your hands around on the club, but if you grip it in the fingers as you do anyway, with that grip you will be in the fingers. Okay, it's pretty strong in there. It's not going to just come out, but it's that squeeze with the thumb. The second you squeeze with the thumb, your forearm gets tight. Now your biceps going to be getting tight. Now your chest and shoulders are going to get tight. Now we're going to try and move the torso, but we can't. What happens? Legs and wrists do all the job for you, okay? So loosen up that grip pressure, you can turn that body a little bit easier and then get that sensation that club is winning the race back to the golf ball. Okay, buddy?
Yeah.
Good stuff.